Welcome to the Mayhem News Live Wrestling Broadcast with your host, the Man in Black, a.k.a. Team Implivs. Each week we're here talking about the wrestling headlines and covering everything from Impact Wrestling to SmackDown. Join us each Tuesday via MayhemNews.com and the Mayhem News Live YouTube channel. You can subscribe to both and keep up with wrestling news and our show. Hi, this is the Mayhem News Live Wrestling Broadcast, and I'm the Man in Black, a.k.a. Team Implivs. And this is our show for this week, and it's going to be pretty cool. A little bit different than I normally do a show. So just kind of bear with me a little bit. We are going to do some headlines like we normally do. Like I said, this is our wrestling broadcast for the 18th of March, getting ready for April. And I'm going to start off, former WWE Diva Michelle McCool, William Regal, and WWE development trainer Sarah Del Rey have been working out with the Next Divas at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando today. There are many questions that maybe this might be something for her to work back into the WWE, not sure. So we're going to see if maybe that might work her into, maybe showing back up. Then the way this may be just her way of, staying in the business, and she decides just to stay home. That'll be cool too. Jake Roberts noted on Twitter that he visited the doctor today, and results still not back on the test that they performed to determine the type of cancer that he has in his knee. But says we should know that any day now he will get the stitches out from surgery, and he'll let us know as everything goes on. Like I said, I'm doing things a little different. I've got some stuff I want to talk about, so I'm not going to actually cover a couple of shows, mainly because it's going to be stuff that happened on the shows, but I wanted to cover it a different way. The only TNA highlight out of the show that happened this week, actually it's the one that took place last week. MVP made a statement, Dixie Carter's supposedly gone, and he said, next up, a discussion on how we will run the show. He wants to motivate, validate, and participate. MVP said he will motivate talent to do what's right, validate their beast by giving them matches, and he will participate in any disciplinary action required. And that was pretty much it on the show. I really like this statement. As far as a character, I like MVP. Some personal stuff, which we worked out on Twitter, but he's brought some freshness to TNA. Don't think it's enough to plug the holes in that sinking ship, but, other than, with Sting gone, Angle out for an injury, Jeff Hardy trying to, I guess maybe he wants a DVD called The Faces of Hardy. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Mick Foley appreciates the gesture, but Willow is weird, which, fits because Jeff Hardy is weird too. But the fact that they're not hiding the fact that that's him is what's really weird. Like I said, I do like other people besides Sting. I like Robert Roode. I like the thing that's going on between him and Samoa Joe. I think Joe ought to be pushed like a Mack truck, which in a way he kind of is a Mack truck. He'll ride through you. I don't understand the thing with Abyss. Is Magnus so weak as a character? We are talking about a guy who actually came out with the gladiator mask on when he first debuted. Is his character so weak that they have to team him up with someone that's already got an established character, pull him out of a completely different storyline, pretty much dropping it all together. I think they dropped the ball on the Joseph Park Abyss thing. They were doing pretty good, and then all of a sudden this thing with Magnus, I don't know. I would say I don't know what they're thinking, but the fact is they're probably not thinking. As far as Hogan being gone from TNA, Hogan is where he belongs. Hogan is where he should have been all this time. I gave Hogan a lot of crap because he was in TNA, trying to run things. We all know that doesn't work. I mean, he should be in WWE. It's like taking a shark and putting it into a fish bowl full of goldfish. He's going to eat the goldfish, and then pretty much people are going to get tired of seeing him. So, I mean, there were some stuff that happened. Angelina Love has returned to TNA. Apparently, they were going to have a reunion with the beautiful people. But apparently, Madison Rayne does not want it to happen. Now, whether that is part of the storyline or this is something that's happening backstage, that she doesn't want the beautiful people reunited. As weak as her storytelling abilities is, she needs all the help she can get. Velvet Sky has already pretty much pulled off and actually been a singles women's competitor and has the ability to tell a story in the ring. So does Angelina Love. I haven't seen pictures. I've seen one. It looks to me like she stopped losing weight, which is a good thing. Way too skinny, hun. If you look like you've been tied to a pole and spun very fast and your guts has been slung out, that's not pretty. But it looks to me like she's got some, some love back. I think it's going to be good. Now this is something I'm going to talk about. Okay, this is the first thing I'm going to talk about. I did make notes about it, so it's pretty long. We all know that Triple H is doing the talent search at WWE. That is one of his primary duties. Okay, and why he is not jumping all over the fact that Sting is no longer in TNA. The fact that he is not trying to get him into WWE to help push the WCW footage that is now being played constantly on the network. Because, to be frankly, Triple H, some of the stuff that's been coming out in WWE, except for some highlights, has been weak the last 2 or 3 months. So, I just think that, I don't know why you're not jumping all over this. But anyway, apparently, in an interview, this is per PWS on March 15th, Sting said that WWE is the only stop left in his career that he wants to accomplish going there. There have been talks between Sting and the WWE, but for some reason there are people in power who do not feel that signing Sting is a big deal. I really don't understand why they would think that, especially since the main person that's probably thinking that has just put himself in a WrestleMania match just because he can. But, there was no rush. They act like there was no rush to get him involved in WrestleMania 30. And the WWE doesn't sign him. He'll probably won't be until after that pay-per-view if they do sign him. I mean, it seems strange that WWE didn't push, to bring him in when the WWE Network started. Like I said, it's just, I don't understand why they haven't pushed him, why they haven't pushed to get him there. I don't know. With all that stuff from WCW that he's almost in every storyline you could possibly think of. I don't know. In an interview in London, Sting said he is not interested in fighting anyone in the WWE or the Indies, with the exception of The Undertaker. He said that he has no... He said there was no idea when he'll get the chance, or if he will get the chance at WrestleMania 31, but that he hinted he is preparing for it. See, Sting, some people that have been around a long time, such as Sting, they like to prepare for matches, even though they're not really signed for it. Sting says he's been studying the Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels match, as well as closely watching WWE Monday Night Raw over the past weeks. It sounds like things might be progressing, but Sting said he doesn't know what the future will hold. Excuse me. But I don't understand why. And this is my next topic. I really don't understand why Triple H is dragging his feet. Perhaps he didn't want to sign Sting because that would have stopped him from having a reason to put himself in the main event at WrestleMania. I am a Triple H fan. I am not a COO Triple H fan. I think that it's if you're going to wrestle, wrestle. If you're going to be COO, be COO. Most COOs that I know are not on TV. I don't think it's right that just because he wants to put himself in a WrestleMania match, that he's going to just not sign Sting. It's really stupid, and as a fan of WWE, I really don't know why. I do know, but Raw and SmackDown were pretty much mirrors of each other. There were some highlights. There were some good matches. I like some of the ways they're taking characters. The Cesaro and Swagger thing is really interesting. I think Cesaro would make a great champion and a great singles competitor. I still haven't got where they're going with Swagger, though. But to me, he still looks like Biff Tannen. They've got this cool music. He walks out looking like somebody from Back to the Future, and not a good character from Back to the Future. I really don't understand why, they're not pushing that character a little better. As far as Daniel Bryan, I'm kind of wondering if he's not just going to be, Triple H can't beat him up unless he handcuffs him. I have always said that the people that are saying that Triple H buries people maybe are overreacting a little bit. But in this sense, I think, maybe they're dragging their feet, because if Sting was at WrestleMania 30, why would Triple H have to be in a match? Can he actually still, I'm pretty sure he's in shape. That's not a question. And I think Batista's right. Daniel Bryan's got in his head. Of course, kind of have to. But I just don't understand why this whole drug out thing. They've dropped so many storylines to get to this Daniel Bryan one. I don't know. The way they're going is just like a guy on a bicycle with no handlebars going down a hill. It's just doesn't make any sense. Are we supposed to believe that Triple H, a man who has not been in the ring pretty much since he faced Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker, can actually get into a ring with Daniel Bryan, a person who can literally pull moves out of his ass and actually make it believable? I mean, yeah, if you've got somebody handcuffing him and him beating the hell out of him, yeah. But, I mean, can he really get into a ring and sell this match? I'm going to borrow some thinking from David Hero from the PWR show. I don't think he can. I don't think, to me, it's not interesting enough to see. I would rather see a Pillow Fight Divas match. I'm sorry. I would love to see Daniel Bryan face somebody, but I think he just ought to be put in the, he's actually teaming up with Randy Orton, a person that actually DDT'd and kissed his wife in the ring. And we're supposed to forget that all that happened. I just don't understand. And the good thing about the network is it allows me to pretty much, I can take Raw apart a little better. And if I could, I can actually take the shows apart, slow stuff down, actually look at it, pause it, see where things are going. like Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett is like a ship without a navigator. I mean, he's just there. And it's not Wade Barrett's fault. Wade Barrett's a great wrestler. He's got a great talent, just like some of the people from 3MB. But the fact that they're stuck in this groove and can't get out of it, and WWE doesn't have a clue what they want to do with these people, I don't know. I'm not saying I could do any better, but I could sure try. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's several people. I think they need to call David Hero and say, hey, how would you like to work in a, kind of give us some pointers? Because I've been to David Hero shows. This show's pretty good. So I didn't want to get up and, I didn't want to turn the Xbox on and play in the middle of a David Hero show, but I want to do that during Raw, Here's an example. Dance Off. Really? That the 80s called and said they would like their match back, because that's pretty much what it is. Please do yourself a favor and let Disco Inferno quit banging his head against the wall. If you're going to have a guy named Fandango that's going to dance, fine. You got Matadors, but yet they actually get in the ring and wrestle. Almost every other time he wrestles or gets in the ring, he's got to have a dance off with somebody. And it's really getting really, really pathetic. But that's pretty much my show today. Just wanted to do a little different, kind of give some opinions. So still a lot of secret stuff going on. And no, I'm not telling you. That'll come out soon. But yeah, like I always say, I want to mention some of my sponsors. I want to talk about ZachPackPromotions.com. You can check them out, see what they're all about. They're a nonprofit organization helping for many, many, many causes. I also want to talk about the music you hear at the start of the show and in the intro and the outgoing part. That is New Blood by Throttle. They're an awesome band, and they helped us by giving us our theme music. I appreciate it. You can find their stuff on Amazon and iTunes. And I also want to talk about Fight Disability Slurs. That is mine and my wife's. We're trying to stop people from saying any kind of disability slurs or slurs in general. You can check it out at fightdisabilityslurs.wordpress.com. And also want to give a shout out to Joe Cronin and the Joe Cronin Show. He is one of our newest affiliates. He is not a sponsor. He's just somebody I like to listen to, and he does a great wrestling show. He's where I want to be someday. So I'll just kind of give him a look up. You can type in Joe Cronin Show and find his stuff on YouTube, Google Plus, and everything. So I also want to give a shout out to Blast 52, a very awesome Scottish band. Irish. Scottish. Sorry. Got my countries mixed up. Something popped up on the TV in front of me and said something Scottish, and but mainly I want to talk about the Blast 52, the Irish band me and Kim love to listen to. Stephanie and her boyfriend they have an awesome band, and you can find their stuff. You can see the little I've got their links and stuff on their little advertisement at the end of the show. This has been the Mayhem News Wrestling Broadcast, and this is the Man in Black, aka Team Up Lives, and we're out. Welcome to the Mayhem News Live Wrestling Broadcast with your host, the Man in Black, a.k.a. Team Imp Lives. Each week we're here talking about the wrestling headlines and covering everything from Impact Wrestling to SmackDown. Join us each Tuesday via MayhemNews.com and the Mayhem News Live YouTube channel. You can subscribe to both and keep up with wrestling news and our show.